Okay, that was fast. Very fast for a break. Just a little bit to go. The video card just couldn't handle the length. Just a little taste, so bear with me. We're almost over. I want us to allow what I'm saying to marinate. Before you comment, think very carefully. Think for ourselves. Think as real as possible. I'm trying to keep this as factual and real as I can, but there is similarity in belief system as well as reality. So just hang in there just a little bit, just a little taste. I'm almost done. I was taught as a Muslim follower of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad that the black man is the Asiatic black man, the maker, the owner of the earth, God of the universe. Now, he's the black man is the maker and owner of the earth. Now, if we embrace and accept what the Honorable Elijah Muhammad taught his people, he did not say that the black man was the maker and owner of Africa, not just Africa. Elijah Muhammad suggests to us that we are the maker and the owner of the earth. Then he adds on that we are God of the universe. So you limit yourself very seriously, concentrating on a continent that white people call Africa, on a planet that white folks, who you claim you don't like, now call the earth, when Elijah Muhammad suggests to us that we are the makers of the earth, but God of the universe, meaning all that we see beyond the earth, we are the makers and the creators, and we are the owners. It is up that that which seems limitless is us. Now, if you choose to be an African, that's your business. I'd rather try to be God of the universe. If you want to be black, that's your business. I'd rather be the maker of planets. Woo, this is deep. I don't want to be just limited, and we should not limit ourselves just to the earth as being earthbound. Represents death, as nobody is ever buried in the sky. That which dies goes back to the earth, and earth is below, while heaven is high. And when we think about hell, we think of hell being low and heaven being high. So I don't want to be earthbound, because being earthbound is death, or being slave to that physical realm. That's why we want to be spiritual, because spiritual, or being spiritual, it takes us beyond the flesh and blood, this body. Unfortunately, we talk about spirituality, but we have yet to know how to obtain it, because we still suffer from jealousy and envy and hatred and malice and all these afflictions that affect the flesh, or the mind that has been influenced by material things or the flesh. So we put great emphasis and we place great value on material things. Where my money, nigga? Don't step on my new Air Jordans. I just bought this shirt. It's a Sean John. Cost me $150. Our value, we embrace material things. Because we are earthbound. So we gravitate toward the planet. We don't know how to become heavenly bound. And in order to become heavenly bound, there has to be a power. There has to be some type of wisdom that can float you against the air to make you rise. But you have yet to rise. You're still earthbound, and we are earthbound. That's one of the number one reasons for this conflict, fighting over material things of the earth. And our pleasure comes from the flesh in those material things or the flesh. That's why we are sex maniacs. That's why pornography is the number one addiction to so many in America and around the world. Even some of y'all that hollering black power, y'all watch y'all on the pornography sites, seeking this type of gratification, because you can't find gratification in black power. It's not enough to know that you came from great kings and queens or whatever. You still got to go to the porn site, which tells us what? I don't see no hieroglyphics on the sides of pyramids where they were sex maniacs. I'm pretty sure they expressed their sexuality, but I don't know if they were porn fiends like y'all are, which the example of what just happened to this sister called Black Indigo, we know and we found much joy, and that was an excuse to look at porn videos, because common sense tell me, and should tell anybody, that not only did you want to see Black Indigo naked, but you, while you was at it, you was looking at everybody else too that didn't have nothing to do with the situation, because you sick. Because you have a white man's mind and you connected to this world that you should be happy to get rid of, but you continue to embrace it. We are no longer of the original people. We come from the original people, but we are no longer them. We are going through a metamorphosis. We used to be caterpillar. We used to be African. Now we must begin to find who we are. The butterfly cannot be the caterpillar. It was a caterpillar at one time, but now it must know that it is a butterfly. Now it must do what butterflies do. It no longer is a caterpillar. You have to, and we have to evolve into that which is better, a better version. We are Africans, just using that as a description, because that's not who we were. That's not who we are. That's something forced upon us by an oppressor, by a conqueror of the earth, not just of Africa. These people conquered the whole planet and renamed the planet the earth. The name earth is less than 1,000 years old, or a little bit over 1,000 years. They renamed everything. They became the gods of this world. Now, another God needs to break the wisdom and destroy the civilization of the God prior to him. We must become a better life form than what we was. Because we are not Africans. We're not slaves. We're not Negroes and colors. You must now accept the responsibility and understand your change from coming from being a slave to a god and a goddess. Not by talk, but by your actions and your behaviors and the process of realism. You and I will never experience and know what true godhood is, but we can begin that process to hand it down to our generations. Not only our generations, but all of humanity will go back home to the parent. These prodigal sons and daughters that go back to the black. If those life forms that cannot change, cannot evolve, that don't understand the metamorphosis that it has gone through, then they become extinct. So, brothers and sisters, you only have two choices. Become a better version of Africa or become extinct. And if we become extinct, then all humanity is going to fall. We are of the original people. And being of the original people means we are the parent of humanity. We are the mothers and the fathers where all come from. Regardless if they're yellow people or red or white, they all come from the black. So now, time dictates and tells us that the parent must return home and put the house back in order that was been destroyed by children without a babysitter who just so happened to be Caucasians. And yes, this child has done great wickedness. There's no doubt. They are called devils because their evil transcends themselves. Because all have fallen short the glory of God. We all have sinned. But what makes and why the white man is called the devil is because your evil has affected blacks and Asians and Indians and deer and elephants and ants. All the planet itself. So you are called devil because your sin and your immorality and your greed affects others more than just you and your people. But I want to say this to us, and you and I, we are good parents. Good parents do punish their children, but they do it out of love, if possible, in hopes they can do better. It is not fair and it is not just, because these Caucasian people who live today, it would be unfair and unjust to put them all in one category and condemn them as a people. It's just like it is unfair, but they do it all the time. If a pack of dogs kill some people, they would kill all the dogs. But all the dogs were not involved in the killing. So is that fair? Are we going to be unfair and unjust like our oppressors? I thought that's what we was complaining about, being unfair and unjust. But then we turn right around and do the same exact thing. So we want to be good parents. We don't want to punish children that did not do anything. Somebody broke the glass. So in order to get the one that broke the glass, we're going to punish them all. That's not fair. But many parents do it all the time. Because they think that the children that didn't break the glass will snitch, but they might not know anything about the breaking of the glass. It's not fair. It has to be a better way. We must break the influence of white supremacy it's very difficult to do because it's all we know. And it's mixed in everywhere. Even though this Caucasian, these white people as a race have been bad, they have become criminal children. Parents love their children, and they even visit their children when they are in jail. They try to support their children in hopes that the child would do better. We must treat all human beings fair and just. We must begin to think again outside of the world, of which is difficult to do when it's all that we know. I'm not saying forget what white people have done, because we should not forget. But in order to build a new world, we have to be different than those of the previous world. Do you understand? We brag. We brag about being gods and goddesses, but we want to return to that which no longer exists. That place that you holler about, that don't exist no more. The old Africa is gone. The white man destroyed it. To return to the ground means nothing. They already destroyed people. It all has to be made anew. That's why in the scriptures it says, behold, I make all things new. God comes back to bring a new heaven and a new earth. And when you make something new, you don't keep nothing of the old. You can recycle the old to make new. But being new, if you bring in a lot of old crap, then it ain't new. You just have rehabilitated the old. We want to make something new. We don't want nothing of the evil, barbarous, murderous world that we're trying to escape. If you're a god or a goddess, why are you trying to run back to the past when you should be in the present and create something that's new? Why you want to grab on and latch on to something that's old? If you're a god, then God creates his own or her own. Why would you settle for a Model T of the old when you can create your own car that's better than the Model T? Trying to return to Africa, embracing black supremacy, being black, you're doing yourself a disservice as you have no idea of what you're returning to become God, and you can become God and make our ancestors proud by not pretending to be like them, but becoming greater than them. We need to break this sickness called white supremacy, white and for all, whereas all of humanity can experience the peace, freedom, justice, and equality now only expressed in religious teachings and fairy tales. For our children's sake, we need to make this a reality. Don't be jealous because black people are the chosen. We are the saviors of humanity. There ain't nothing to be jealous about. It's just who we are. We died so others can live. Another similarity with Jesus Christ. We died for the sins of humanity, but nobody owes us nothing. No praise, no worship. Just a people made humble and meek so they can bring about a beneficial change for all of humanity. So all these prodigal sons can come back home so they can, and humanity can be born again. A change must occur, beneficial for humanity, the planet, the animals, the universe itself will all be for the better. Having this intelligent life, and we are intelligent, this brain. You just don't know how great we are when we get to the point where we are able to use the other 90% of our brain that we don't. We need this intelligent life, this brain. We need it on the side of life. Because for the last few thousand years, this mind has been on the side of death, and that's all it has brought is death and destruction, lies and deceit, murder, incest, rape, slavery, and I could go on and on with the evil. Now this brain must be flipped around where now it supports and brings forth life and love, respect, nurturing this planet instead of destroying it. I'd rather be a diamond than a piece of coal. I'd rather drive a new car than a piece of used junk. I'd rather be a butterfly than a caterpillar. I'd rather be good and righteous person, something y'all claim y'all want to be, but have yet to be, than evil and wickedness, because that's evil and wickedness according to this book that y'all say is holy. Its time is up. And if its time wasn't up, I wouldn't be talking to you right now. So it's not about nationality. I'm American. I'm Russian. I'm Ghanaian. I'm Jamaican. And I'm Japanese or whatever. It's not about that. It's not about black, white, red, yellow. The bottom line is, are you good or are you evil? This book don't mention race, gender, class, and all this. It just wants to know whose side you're going to be on. You either going to be on the side of Satan or you're going to side with this God that he or she represents what is good for you. That does not just want you to worship God, but become. Because children, you say that you're a child of God. Children can't stay children. They have to grow up. And if you're a child of God, dang, you have to become God sooner or later. And get out of your father's house. Because you got all that out there in the universe. You can build your own house, do your own thing, but do it in respect to the universe, in respect to life, and bring peace where there was none. And let us practice and be peaceful instead of talking about it. And let us be righteous instead of talking about it. Let us love and stop talking about it. It all sounds good. But here, all your fake love and all your illusion of brotherhood and sisterhood is not going to go for it. Because that which was in the dark shall now come into the light. This is us. And all these religious books that we embrace is us. But not in the manner that's taught. Because the way it's taught to us is to poison us and to deceive. But when the poison, if you know how to handle the snake, you can milk the snake. And that which was venomous, that which is poisonous to us, you can make an anti-venom. So now, here is the anti-venom. You need to take the anti-venom and get well. Stand up. Walk right. And stop talking about being good and righteous and be good and righteous. Above all, think for yourself. You have a connection to the universe. I'm not telling you nothing new. It's already here. I'm just letting you know that I know. You know already. Once that poison gets out your system, think for yourself. Know who you are. You are not a walking Bible. You're not a walking Holy Quran. Be who you are. And then we as a human species, our human family, we can grow and we can evolve properly and become this thing, or we can express this title we call God and Goddess. Until then, it's all talk, and you'll be right here driving the same old car, using the same old oil, being a caterpillar, being a chunk of coal, instead of being a diamond that is precious and of great value. It's your choice. It's my choice. What you want to do. Brothers and sisters, human family, either you're good or you're evil. Don't have nothing to do with color, race, religion, class. This war, you must make the ultimate decision. Because it's time to get rid of this world. Because we are. Even the bad people complain about the evil of this world. Somebody got to go. Either we are going to be righteous or we're going to be unrighteous. You have to make up your mind whose side you're going to be on. I don't care nothing about none of this world. You can have your pornography. You can have your beer. You can have your Fox television. All of it can go. Your black, your African, all that, everything. I can create my own world. God creates planets and worlds. I don't need nothing of the past. I used to be a caterpillar, but now I'm a butterfly. And I can fly wherever the hell I want to. The sky's the limit. Get your wings and be an angel. Be a butterfly. And fly into the heavens instead of being a victim of gravity, being drawn to death, embracing materialism, racism, classism, and all these isms that bring death to the human family. It's up to you. Thank you for listening. This is your brother. I don't talk long enough. Let's discuss this. And y'all been wonderful. And I hope that I did not bore you, but try to put something on your mind to think about. Put something on your mind to think about. We need to think. You need to analyze, reason, brothers and sisters, for yourself. Be who you are. Be who you are. And you are not just a color. You're not just a gender. You are part of this, the grand scheme of things. This wonderful universe. And it's ours for the taking that we know of. I have yet to see an alien. Some intelligent life from Mars, until they make themselves perfectly clear. We are the head cats in charge. We are the intelligent life. And we should act in a competent manner, like we got some damn sense, like we are intelligent, instead of continuing to behave like intelligent savages, just like a lion that wears a bow tie. We are better than that, and let us do better, because we are better. Thank you for listening. This is your brother Taalik Ibn'rad, giving us something to think about. This was and is the reality's temple on earth. Respect you.